I gotta say, one of the most common questions I get being on YouTube is, what would you do? Bob, what would you do in a 10-gallon tank? Bob, what would you do in a 20-gallon tank? Or a 40-gallon tank? Or a 55-gallon tank? You guys see where this is going, right? Well, I'm gonna start a new series, and I'm gonna show you exactly what I would do with a 10-gallon, a 20-gallon. You can see we have a 20-gallon long here. I'll do a 20-gallon high, 40, 50, 75, 5-gallon, maybe even a 2.5 gallon. I do have a 2.5 gallon sitting around here somewhere. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. And when we get to 40-gallon tanks, there's gonna be multiple 40-gallon tanks because I have a wall of 8 of them that are almost ready to be aquascaped and set up. So pretty close. So if you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. Here is our 20-gallon long. As you can see, there's already water in there and substrate, and the back is already painted black. So as you can see, I've got spider wood up here, I've got 1,000-layer stone, dragon stone, and also I've got these nifty little easy planters right here. I'm gonna show you quick up here. Now, these are from Aquarium Co-op, and I do got to give you a little disclaimer here that I did receive these for free to try out, and I've had these for probably close to 2 months. I was able to get on board early and product test these and beta test them, if you will, and I gotta say, super awesome. I haven't been this excited about a product in a very long time. Here it is, Easy Planter, and we're definitely gonna take advantage of these and show you what we can do and what I'm gonna do to actually make these a little bit better. So I'm pretty excited to use these, and yeah, hopefully that didn't sound like a big commercial, but I do gotta disclaim that I got them for free. Big deal. All right, here we are, the 20-gallon long. Like I said, the back has already been painted black. That is just Plasti Dip spray, spray on Plasti Dip. I got a sponge filter. That's all I'm going to use for filtration. The substrate is lapis luster sandblasting sand. That makes sense. I hope it does. Really hard to get for some people, but really, really amazing. I don't plan on planting much in the sand at the start. Otherwise, I would have done like Eco Complete or some sort of planted soil. Well, to be honest, I'm not really a big fan of planted soil, so I probably just would have done Eco Complete. But like I said, not going to do a lot in terms of actually planting here. I want to take advantage of these guys. I do have the 1,000-layer stone here, which is really cool. You can kind of see why it's called 1,000 layers. It's just, I mean, it's layered rock, right? Pretty self-explanatory. Dragon stone. I don't know if I'm going to actually use any of this stuff, but we'll see. Get a close look at all the spider wood up here. And then I also have some more natural pieces that I might steal out of some of my other tanks, but we'll have to see about that. So basically all I'm going to do is just drop these in here for now. We can kind of play with them where we want to put them. Definitely don't want to put them upside down, but wearing a long sleeve shirt was not wise at all. Now I'm going to modify this Easy Planter, just one of them, and actually turn it into a cave. So I've already picked out what kind of fish are going in here. That's why I'm going to modify this for a cave, and you'll see why once you figure out what fish I'm putting in here. And I'm just using a diamond tipped hole saw. Probably don't need a diamond tipped one, but that's not going to hurt much. Now I will say I used too big of a hole saw, but I couldn't find my 1-inch, and I had to go with the 1.5. It's way too big, but you know what? It might still work. All right, now we have our cave, and you know what? If I was more patient, I would probably paint this black in here, but the idea is it's going to be overgrown with plants anyway, so I'm not going to. And I'd like to point out these white spots here that you see. This is why we beta test these, and for flaws like that, they shouldn't have those anymore. But in the first run or two, I think I did get these. So if you get them now, they won't have those. I did already hose this out, wash it off, so we're good to go. Now I'm just gonna set these in here. For the fish I'm putting in here, you know what? Why even wait? I'm gonna put Apistos in here as kind of the bottom dwelling fish, and I like to bury these things. I do like thicker substrate, so I'm gonna kind of bury them down, and I might actually use more. I don't know, we'll see. Obviously I'm gonna put the sponge filter in the background. We'll kind of cover that up here. Maybe put the cave there. And then, ooh, yeah, I'm already liking where this is going. Gotta have a little bit of vision, a little imagination when you're placing these. Now, let's see, which one of these pieces of wood do I want to use? I'm gonna play around with this for a bit. All right, welcome back from that time lapse. This is where I am right now. I don't know if I love this rock right there. It's hard to kind of get that depth show up, but it is kind of like leaning forward to hold this piece of wood down. And, you know, ooh, okay, that looks a little better. You gotta kind of envision all the plants that are gonna be growing around here. Put that one right there, leave the cave there. I want the sponge filter covered up. Maybe take one out like so. I don't know, guys. I'm not Oliver Knott. I'm not George Farmer. I'm just Bob Steenfott. But you know, I kind of like where this is going. Time to grab some plants, and once we get some color in here, I think it'll start looking a little better. All right, so I do have some plants here. Now, I've kind of let this plant kind of float for too long, but it is sending runners, so it's still doing well. I'm just gonna get rid of these browning older leaves here. Make sure we got nothing but nice green leaves. And then, there's still a couple brown ones in there, but that's all right. And the nice thing about these planters is that, you see the hole in the bottom? You just drop it in. This is the biggest question I get is, do you just drop them in? Yeah, you do. And then the roots just grow through the bottom. So a lot of people ask about the rock wool. Do you just leave the rock wool in? Yes, super easy. Just leave it in. It's inert. It's not going to affect your water chemistry. And also it's sterile, so it's not bringing any kind of contaminants in there. That's why they use rock wool. So, yep. So I'm actually gonna take this back out and put some root tabs in here. And I just squish them down in here like so. There's a few different ways to do this. Maybe just break open the rock wool right here. Squish it down in there. I don't know if I'm even getting that on camera, but we're squishing it right into that rock wool. No big deal. This one came out the side. I don't know if you can see that, but it came out the side. Whoopsie daisy. You know what? I'm gonna leave it and see what happens. And this one, I wanna put right back here. So this is dwarf chainsword, and I'm actually putting this in the back because it's not really dwarf, right? You can see it's, you know, it'll get about 6 inches, and also it sends runners. So I want it to send runners over the cave, kind of over to this area that's wide open right here, and kind of cover up that cave and give the apistos a little bit more security. And then over here is where I'm gonna put this nice big piece of Java fern. Now another way to put in your root tabs is to actually take this out, and you can just kind of split it open like so. When you put this back together, you just wanna make sure that the rhizome isn't buried too deep in this rock wool. See, we do got roots coming out the bottom, so that's good. Just gonna put it back in there. And that's gonna go over here. Oh, I buried it too deep. There we go. I don't know that I like that one there. It might be too far forward for a big plant. Maybe I scratch this idea and swap them. That definitely does a better job of covering the filter, and I can actually just put this one over here, and still we'll be able to get that to spread across the tank. Next up, we have some Anubias gold coin. Gonna do the same thing. Really nice rhizome structure here. This is a beautiful one. This one, Anubias, not too fast of a grower. Well, not like Java fern is. So I'm just gonna use one root tab. Again, we got roots coming out the bottom here. Perfect. Now the reason this is called gold coin is because These are supposed to look like a gold coin. I don't, maybe because they're round. Otherwise, they're certainly not golden. So anyways, that's that one. We'll put that one over here, and as that rhizome spreads, this one, oh yeah, that looks way better than the Java Fern. I got too much, see how it's coming up? I have too much sand under here. So push it down in there. There we go. That looks pretty good, I think. All right, for the last plant, I went and got a gigantic piece of Anubias nancon here. And I've been growing this for a pretty long time in the pot. As you can see, we've got, I mean, this piece of root right here is at least 10 inches long. So it's definitely well established. And I wanted something bigger to go in the middle here.
That's what she said. That's what she said. That's what she said.
Now it's important to note that all these easy planters are exactly the same, but obviously you place them differently, drill holes in them, and you can make them your own, make them look different, all you want. And I think it's looking pretty good. Honestly, for me though, it's a little bit too clean. There's no algae in here. So there's a little algae on this guy here, but you know me, I love algae, so I can't wait till we get some algae in here. And I want to get some longer pieces of wood to go across here. I'm going to see if I can find anything right now. All right, so I did find my piece to go across the front here. I like that it's a different color than the spider wood, little contrast there. And I'm just going to maybe place some random stones around in here and check back in with you. This video is getting a bit long, so I'm just going to play with this for a little bit, and then I'll check back in. All right, I am back. I'm doing a small water change. I did add a heater back here because this was really cold. So I just want to stabilize it here. I am putting some juvenile fish in here. So I just want to make sure that it stays nice and warm for them. I added a few boost plants here, there, and there. Also more rocks, little rock piles there. This cave right here, this is the magical cave. I have bred so many fish in this little ceramic cave. It's ridiculous. And just give them a better option, because honestly, I made that hole too big and it should be about that size. So yep, you want a 1-inch hole saw, not 1.5 inch. But yeah, you never know. They might go in there, they might breed. You know, sometimes you just never know with fish. So it might work. There's also caves in here, back there, all kinds of hiding places. So I'm gonna add quite a few in here and wait for them to pair off, and as soon as I see them pair off, I'll yank all the others out of here and we'll start breeding the pistos. All right, finally. I don't know how long we're into this video, but I did not intend it to be this long of a video, so going forward, I think I'm gonna try to keep them to around 10 minutes, although I have no idea what we're up to. But here are the fish, first set of fish. Can't really see them, let's move them up here. You can see that we have some beautiful Epistogramma cockatoides quadruple red here. You know, one of these might be a sneaker male pretending to be a female, so he doesn't get beat up, but that's definitely a male, and hopefully we will get them to pair up and spawn. Not a too terribly difficult fish to spawn, so hopes are high. Come on. Come on, little fellas. There you go. All right. So they were in a 20 high, now they're in a 20 long, so they got lots of exploring to do. I think 20 long is one of my favorite sizes when it comes to breeding dwarf cichlids. This has been in a 20 long with red, what is it? Not red, the Marysville Wa multiple different species of apistos have bred in there, so that like I said, that's the magic hut. We're gonna see, maybe we'll have a magic planter, I don't know. Little gal here exploring around. Here comes this dude. Gonna let them settle in and go get the dither fish. All right, well, these guys took a while to catch. This is the red Beckfordii pencil fish, about 10 of them. Well, looks like 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9. Oh, I missed one. These took a while to catch, so 9 it is for now. That's all that's going in here. All right, little dudes. Now these are not full grown, barely getting their reds in. Just started turning red, so we'll see. There's a nice male right there. Of course, I wasn't focused on them. And this is all that I plan on doing for right now. If you are familiar with spiderwood, you know it's gonna get this like white fungus on here. So I haven't decided if I'm gonna do autos to clear that off or bristle nose. I'm gonna wait until it actually happens, because if I put autos in here now, they will most certainly starve to death. All right, we already got some pretty good schooling action here. That's awesome. All the pistos hanging out. Everyone's hanging out in this corner. Popular place to be. These guys are already starting to show red. All right, we're basically done here. I just have one more thing, a couple squirts of easy green fertilizer, throw in there. I do keep it in a squirt bottle because it's way easier. I could basically just stand in the middle of my room and like a turret just hit every single one of my tanks. So, you know, there you go, water bottle. Little hack for you. Well, there you go, 20 gallon long, that's what I would do. A pistos, dither fish, bottom feeders. Just clean up any extra food, but be sure to feed your bottom feeders as well. Blah. Let me know if you enjoyed the video down below. I am taking constructive criticism. If it sucks, just don't say it sucks. If it's rad, you can say it's rad. But I know this is a little bit longer format, and as I roll through all these tanks, do you like the longer format? Would you rather it be like 6 minutes and be like, this is what I would do in a 40-gallon tank and just plaster a bunch of fish on the screen? I mean, it works too. So just let me know what you prefer down below. Also, I'd like to get a huge thanks to Aquarium Co-op. They provided the Java Fern, the Dwarf Chainsword, and the gold coin. I bought the Boost and the Nubis Nancon. I bought those a long time ago. And then, you know, all the rocks and all the Hardscape. That's all. I bought all that. So, you know, a huge shout out, Aquarium Co-op. Pretty awesome. I'll be sure to link the easy planters below because I'm telling you, they are super awesome. I'm not getting paid to say that. I am a product tester, but if it's crap, I'm going to say it's crap. And this is not. These are awesome. But that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you all next time.